on guys, so I've got a brand new Turbosmart boost gauge that we're going to be installing on the GC8. So here's the boost gauge itself guys. We've got a gauge here, pull that out. It's just like a vacuum one, it's not an electronic one. So these wires are just for the illumination, because I'm not sure what color it is yet, but it illuminates the back. I think it might just be like a white light when you're driving at night. And then on the back of it you can see we've got two mounting bolts, so we can mount that into like a little pod or something. And this here is where we connect our vacuum tube, which goes straight to the intake, so we know how much boost we have. They're also in the box, comes with this packet here. That's our vacuum line. They give you a really long one, we probably won't need that much, but that's that. We've also got a little T. That is where we're going to tee in. We're going to snip a little vacuum tube, put it on each side of there, and then with our new vacuum tube we can put that on the end of here, and then that goes straight to the boost gauge, so we know how much boost we're running. That's just some washers and nuts for the mounting. So this bit here goes over and slides on, and that just locks in if you have like a little pod filter carrier thing, like a little, I forgot what they're called, but pretty much this one comes with it, and we can put that, slide that over the top. And then when I've ordered a little holder for it so I can mount it on the dash, but I don't have that yet. That'll probably come in the next few days. But yeah, we're just going to pretty much install it. I might just try and like hold it onto the dash with some blue tack or something like that, just until I get the actual holder thing. So when we put this in the car, we're going to wire this to some sort of accessory that is on when the key is in the car, so it's not lit up all the time, but only when we you can probably wire it up to the headlights, so when you turn on the headlights this also comes on. So we'll figure out how to do that once we put it in the car. Alright, so the vacuum line we're going to tap into is this line right here. As you can see, it goes right into the intake there, but it comes around and it goes down there, and this is the same line here. So I'm going to tap into it down there into this line, just so it's out of the way so we don't see it up here. And then we're going to tap it into that line there, and we'll just route the line straight through into that little hole down there, if you can see that. And then that comes out right underneath up there where you can see the light coming through. So let's go ahead and try and run our vacuum line through there. So I'm going to go inside, and you should be able to see the line come out through that little hole just there. Alright, so I've got the vacuum line pulled through and I've connected that. I'm going to try and get it a bit further on there. It's really tough to put it on there. I even used a lighter to heat up the line a bit and it was still really tough, so I'll try get that on a bit more. But I'm going to cut this line down here. So I'm going to grab this line here and I'll just slice with these scissors, and that's pretty much all you have to do, guys. Let's get this now. Stuck under the camera. Grab this and slide this one on. There we go. So that goes right onto there, and then we just put the other side straight on, and that's pretty much all we have to do in the engine bay. It's a really simple mod. So here's the other one. Oops. It's just fallen off the other side, so I'll have to put that back on. I will use some zip ties just to make sure they don't fall off. What happened there is this little T down here just came off, so just got to put those ones back together. And I'll put a zip tie on that one too, so that one doesn't come loose again. That one's pretty much on as far as I'm going to get it, so I'm just going to put a zip tie around it. Probably won't do much, but it's probably safer just to put one around it. Go. These zip ties are probably way too big for what I'm trying to do, but they're the only ones I can find. So as you can see, the fitting there is all zip tied up, and that's all we have to do in the engine bay. We can now run this. It's probably good to zip tie it back to something just to hold it in there. Alright, so I'm probably just going to do one zip tie around this line here just to keep it in there, and that's pretty neat. So it comes straight from there, just goes right back up and straight into the hole back there. Now we'll go inside and hook it up to the actual gauge and try and get the gauge where we want it to sit. As I said before, I don't actually have a pod yet, but I'm probably just gonna put some blue tack down and sit the gauge on the blue tack for now, just so it stays there until I get the little thing that I bought. I'll probably stick it just up there anyway, just above the other gauges. So yeah, let's start on the inside. Alright, so we've got the gauge, we've got all the vacuum line through, so it needs to just go onto the edge of this this brass gold fitting thing there. So we can just heat it up a little bit lighter, and it just goes on a lot easier. And we'll push that all the way down as far as we can get it. And as soon as that's on there, guys, that is it. That's all you need to do to have the actual gauge working. But if you do want the gauge to light up, then you need to connect this into some accessory. I've actually got a spare fog light button here, because I've taken my fog lights off when I put in the fog light covers. I can probably wire it up to this button, and every time I press this button, the gauge lights up. So I'm gonna have a look at the wiring behind there and see if I can figure out how to do that. But at the moment, that's all wired up. I just need to, obviously I'm not going to leave it down here. I'm going to run this vacuum line up through to the top of the dash. So I'll try figure all that stuff out. I'll see you guys after that. So I've got the boost gauge just up there. This looks really dodgy at the moment. It's just blue tack. But it's holding it there alright, and the wires are just going straight down. I've just put them through there. And these are the two wires. I've spliced into the wires from there with these two wires. One of them goes straight into this switch here, which turns it on and off, so you can see that it's spliced in right there. Yeah, all the wiring is dodgy in this car. It was already like this. I have no idea what all this stuff is, but yeah. And then this other, that's the power wires just spliced in, so when I flick this switch, it turns the light on and off. I turn it on, see the light's on, flick the switch, it's off, on, off. So that's pretty cool. That switch just used to be for my fog lights. But yeah, I've deleted the fog lights, so there's a spare switch there. The other switch next to it was actually for the rear fog lights, because it's got a rear fog light, and that still works, so I didn't really want to use that one. But yeah, the vacuum tube is just gone from straight onto the pedal. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit the camera in there, and you can see it just goes straight over, and it pops out just under there, so that goes straight up into here. I haven't actually taken the car for a drive yet to see if the boost gauge is working, but I'll put all this stuff back on and then we'll go for a drive and see what happens. Hopefully it all works pretty well. Alright guys, so put in the boost gauge and it's all working pretty good. You can see it hits about 7 psi at around 3000 RPMs. It's really good. I think that's just stock. But when I put in my new turbo, hopefully we'll be able to go up to at least 10, maybe 12, 14 psi. And yeah, it's just really handy to have a boost gauge. It's pretty easy to install. It only took about an hour, and I've never done it before, so anyone can really do it. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please do hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.